What is going on, guys, and welcome to the WWE TLC preview and prediction show with myself. We're going to go through each and every match, going through, giving you my thought on the build-up, what I think the pay-per-view is going to be like, giving you my predictions on the matches, who I want to win, who I think will win, how I think they'll book it, the current state of WWE, the ratings, the poor Raws. I'll be talking all of it on what could be a pretty long preview and prediction show this Sunday, live, exclusively on the WWE Network, although you can buy it on pay-per-view. For like something absolutely ridiculous, and a lot of people say, you know, what's the point in buying the network for $9.99? Even if you don't buy it for the pay-per-views, it's worth buying it just for NXT, and that's what I look at with the network. The network, $9.99 on its own. If it just had NXT, I'd pay for it. To be honest with you, the pay-per-views, to be fair though, this is the thing. The pay-per-views haven't been that bad. A Survivor Series was awful, admittedly. But the pay-per-views themselves haven't actually been that bad this year. They've produced some good matches, some good moments. It's just been the stuff in between and us not really caring about them. You know, that's been the problem. So I still think the network for $9.99 is very, very good. That the content you get on there at NXT, it's worth the money. But yeah, it's just a little bit disappointing, the product at the moment. But anyway, in a couple of weeks' time, after this will be next Sunday night, I will be doing my 2015. I think it will be Sunday before the Slammy Awards on Monday night. I'll be doing my own version at the Slammy Awards, WWE Awards. Now, I did this ages ago on the original Mr. WWE Cam channel. It was my first ever video, in fact. So we're going to bring it back. Loads of different awards. You guys can get involved in the comment section below as well by reading out, giving your awards, or, you know, doing it with me, if you get what I mean. So yeah, it's going to be fun and it will be great. We'll be doing that next week. But today we are here for the TLC 2015 pay-per-view. Now, TLC, I said about 3 months ago, well, actually I said about 4 months ago, I said TLC is going to be the worst pay-per-view of the year for WWE. Now, I don't necessarily think it will be, because I just don't think things can get as bad as they did at Extreme Rules. That was so shit. And Survivor Series, to be fair. That award for worst pay-per-view is going to be challenging. And the reason I don't think it can be that bad is for the sole fact we've got tables, ladders, chairs. That, you know, is just not going to allow it to be the worst. To be honest with you. What is weird, though, thinking about TLC, is there's been no pre-show announcement yet. Nothing about the pre-show. I don't know whether they're not having a pre-show. They always do. But yeah, at the moment, nothing been said at all, really, about the pre-show. But if we just talk about Raw for a second before we actually get onto TLC. I haven't been doing Raw reviews recently. I've been meaning to. Oh, no, sorry, there was a Kickoff show. My mistake. Yeah, I've been watching Raw, but it's been so crap, it's been so boring, it's been terrible. I just haven't bothered to review it because, I mean, what's the point in reviewing something so shit? That's the fact, really. That the final segment on Raw last week was absolutely pathetic. It was. I just didn't give a crap. That was the thing. I just was watching and I didn't give a crap what was happening. You know, and I think it's not necessarily Sheamus and Roman Reigns' fault. Well, it's not. It's booking, and it's the way and the fact I don't care about their characters. I don't care what they're doing. If it's people I care about, if it was a Dean Ambrose and a Kevin Owens brawl, I'd probably care about it a hell of a lot more. Number one, because they can cut better promos. Number two, because they can create a better match. And number three, because I'm invested in the superstars somewhat. And although they haven't been booked very well, because no one is, because WWE can't book anybody well, they're so good as a character, they're so big as characters, I still care about them. And although their feud's not been booked very well at all, and I'll get onto that a little bit later, I would still be a little bit more invested because I like them as superstars and as characters. But anyway, yeah, you know, the TLC... I think it'll be good. I think it'll be an okay show. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm just not really looking forward to it. There are a lot of unpredictable matches. I've had a lot of people throw that around, which is always good because I'm always one that doesn't like predictability. I like going into something not knowing the outcome, where it is pretty much 50-50, because it then creates that shock. Because if you know who's going to win the match, it doesn't matter how good of a match it is, it's still not going to be fantastic. It's still not going to be as good as it would be if you had no idea. And that was the thing I struggled with Roman Reigns Cesaro. It was an absolutely fantastic match, and it will more than likely be on the match of the year, match of the year, nominations type thing for the awards next week. However, for me, it probably isn't going to win it because, quite simply, I knew who was going to win, and that was the problem, and the difference between that match and say another match which technically wasn't as good. However, because the result was not was in doubt, you didn't know what the result was. It made it a better match. That's what I'm trying to get with that, and that's what I think why TLC might actually be a good pay-per-view. Now, there are a lot of matches that someone needs to win, and if they don't, then I just lose all faith, really. But the thing with WWE at the moment is it's so bad that nothing would really surprise me. In regards to that, they could make some really stupid decisions because, quite simply, they are making stupid decisions as it currently is. But let's have a look at it then. Let's get straight into it. Let's get into TLC. I think we can all agree that TLC has not been booked remotely well. Monday Night Raw has been awful for the past couple of weeks. It needs a freshen up. It's difficult with no stars, but the problem is, and I always said this was going to happen, when you don't build new stars, when you don't create new stars, it was always going to be where Randy Orton, John Cena, Undertaker, they all have got to go. And unfortunately for WWE, it's all happened at the same time, which I don't necessarily think they would have anticipated, but it has. The loss of Seth Rollins, who you've been building, to be fair, I know he had a terrible reign, but he was still a draw. He still drew people in. For him then to get injured, Cesaro, who people were really rooting for to get injured as well, Brock Lesnar to be out, Sting to be injured. There was a lot of superstars out there. You kind of have to feel sorry for WWE, but on the flip side, you kind of say it serves you right for not building new stars. But ultimately, we can say, oh, it serves you right, it serves you right. But the people that pay the most for this terrible time when we don't have the superstars is the fans, because at the end of the day, Vince McMahon's still getting the money. It doesn't really matter how many viewers he gets on Raw, unless the actual USA Network say to him, this is getting ridiculous, the ratings are so low, you need to sort this out. Otherwise, you're going to get dropped from your contract. I don't even know whether that's possible. They're probably on some ridiculously... I don't know whether there's a way that they could get out of that. Until that happens, Vince McMahon isn't going to care. Until there's until there's under 1 million again network subscribers, he isn't going to care, because he's still... I was watching a video the other day, he's a billionaire. So he doesn't really care, does he? So it's us that pays for it. I just don't understand how anybody could look at this product right now and say this product is good. How anybody could look at WWE and say this is really entertaining. I am loving WWE at the moment. I can't understand how anybody would. John Cena needs to come back. I never thought I'd say that in all my life, and I'm happy he went out and he had a break, and I'm happy for him. But Cena needs to come back. There's two things you get with Cena. It's intensity. You get that intensity from his promos. John Cena's a draw. There is that sort of hype that comes around John Cena when he's in WWE, which you don't have when he's not. And you also get a guaranteed good quality matches that he's involved in. Call Cena what you want, but he is a fantastic wrestler, and I don't care what anybody says about that. He produced, and this year especially, has produced some of the best matches of the year, and we will see that when we look at match of the year candidates. You will see just how many John Cena is a part of. So it is a miss, and it could be that they bring him back in his hometown tomorrow night, at TLC. Now we're going to start with the match that I really couldn't care less about, and that is Ryback versus Rusev. It's a match that has quite simply been thrown together because both stars have nothing to do. We all know my stance on Ryback. The thing he done on Raw, I don't know, I don't know what the fuck it was. To be honest with you, a lot of people are praising him for it. I thought it looked absolute shit. I just sat there laughing at it. I thought it was absolutely hilarious. I just think Ryback is crap. I'm sorry, I really think he's bad. And I know I constantly go on about it, but I just don't care about him. This match is going to be boring. there's no stipulation to it that would make it remotely interesting. Ryback versus Kane last year in a chairs match was a car crash. This could be even worse. I'm hoping it's like a 2-minute matchup that they put before the main event, because it is just bullshit. I mean, Rusev has got to win this match. Why have Ryback win this match? Rusev, he's part of the League of Nations. We're trying to make that look strong. Well, I don't think you kind of are, because you're booking it to shit. But you've got to make Rusev win. You've got to make him look like this big Bulgarian brute who's going to crush people. Get him a bit of momentum riding into the Royal Rumble. I don't think he'll win the Royal Rumble, but he could have a similar way as what he did last year, where he is one of the final few. Ryback, I don't care about. I don't think I ever will care about. I keep an open mind, because I'll always happy to change my mind if he all of a sudden actually learns how to wrestle. But for me, Ryback is just the sole thing that's wrong about this company. He's there because of his size and because of his look, not because of his wrestling skills, and that really does piss me off. Anyway, Rusev has got to win. The feud, I don't even care. I don't care about it. It's pathetic. Moving on. Sorry about my outburst there, but it fucks me off. We then have, what should we do next? The Tag Team Championship match. Now, New Day, I think it's safe to say, and I think most people will agree with me here, have been the most exciting thing on WWE television for a long, long time. And to go from what they were to what they are, it's been absolutely incredible. To go from WrestleMania, where everyone was booing the shit out of them, to turn that round and to make themselves into the most... it's the most entertaining act in WWE is something very, very impressive. 3 talented guys in there. I think that Kofi Kingston and Big E certainly got, if they were booked right after the New Day eventually split, which I don't want to happen anytime soon, I think Big E especially, he's a world champion. I really think that, and I know not a lot of people think that, but I think he, out of all 3 of them, would be the most likely to be world champion. Actually, I'm going to ask that question. If you are watching this video, if you are at the point, put down in the comments below, who do you think out of the New Day is most likely to become world champion? Do you think Big E? Do you think Kofi Kingston? Or maybe Xavier Woods? I can only ever really see Xavier Woods in the mid-card. He's not, I like him. I think he's fantastic. I think he's one of the most entertaining out of all. To be fair, they're all entertaining. But yeah, I personally can't see him as world champ. So anyway, New Day have been fantastic. They still hold the titles. Are they going to hold them after TLC? It really is up in the air, really. It's another one of these unpredictable matches. All 3 outcomes I could see happening, and all 3 outcomes I wouldn't really mind if they happened. I like the Lucha Dragons. I like the Usos, and I love the New Day. So really, I don't really mind what happens. It's a ladder match as well, which is going to be fantastic. I mean, this could steal the show. When people say what match is going to steal the show, a lot of them could. The only one I don't think will steal the show is Ryback versus Rusev. That's my honest opinion on that. Yeah, I mean, it's a shame, really. You've got 3 really good tag teams, 3 really over tag teams. Yet the story just isn't there for the Tag Team Championship match as it should be. If there was a story behind this would be, whoa. But there really isn't a story behind it. It's still going to be an amazing match just because who's involved, the stipulation, the fact it's New Day. I just wish there was a little bit more of a story to it. And I know they're doing this faction versus faction thing, but I think it's a load of crap. I like the whole League of Nations thing, but they don't have, just because you've got 4 men in the League of Nations doesn't mean they have to feud against 4 other men. I'm sick and tired of Dean Ambrose constantly having to be beside Roman Reigns. Why can Dean Ambrose not just go off and do his own thing? Why does he always have to be with Roman Reigns? He's strong enough as a talent, he's strong enough as a character to go on his own. I think the thing is, with Dean Ambrose, is what the company are trying to do. To get Roman Reigns over with the fans, they're trying to get Dean Ambrose, who is one of the most, if not the most over person, friends with Roman Reigns, so it rubs off on him. Some of that face... the cheering, how much people like Dean Ambrose, it rubs off onto Roman Reigns, like they did with the Rock at Royal Rumble, which didn't work, but now they're doing it more consistent, so we don't necessarily notice it with Dean Ambrose. I know you can say they're the shit, yeah, but whatever. I don't want to say. I want them to go on their separate ways. Usos as well. I don't want them involved with Roman Reigns. Yes, you can come back to the family thing every now and again, but come back to it miles too often. It just, well, the problem with it is, and it really fucked me off on, I think it was SmackDown, it might have been, I think it was SmackDown, there was a 4-on-4, it was League of Nations versus Usos, Dean Ambrose, and Roman Reigns, and yes, I still watch SmackDown. I have fucking no idea why I do. But it was a accompanied by Dean Ambrose, Usos, Roman Reigns, and I was just like, that really fucked me off. And the reason it did is because it was accompanied by. They were just seen as afterthoughts. We've got Usos, who are a really hot tag team, going for the tag team championships, which the company doesn't care about but should. We've got Dean Ambrose, who's going for the Intercontinental Championship, the title that you supposedly want to build up prestige, yet they're accompanying Roman Reigns to the ring. No, they're not. It is Team Roman Reigns. It's not Team Roman Reigns. It's Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and the Usos. It shouldn't be accompanying Roman Reigns. Otherwise, they should get the hell out of that story and focus on themselves, which I'm sure if they had the choice, they would do. Because you're not trying to tell me that Dean Ambrose loves just holding on to and being behind in the shadow of Roman Reigns. It shouldn't be the case. He won't. I am 100% sure he's not happy with that. If he is, well then, I don't really know. He can't be happy with that. Yeah, Lucha Dragons have been on a good run recently. They've always, but since they came on Raw after WrestleMania, I thought they'd have won the Tag Team Championships by now, but they did kind of become an afterthought. Again, the company just not doing anything with them. Obviously, Usos back now. It ignites, you know, a tag team division which could be really entertaining if there's a story behind it, or it is still entertaining. But if there's a story, it could be the most entertaining bit of WWE at the moment, which isn't difficult to be honest with you, because most of it is shit. But yeah, this match is going to be good in my opinion. Did I actually predict the Ryback and Rusev? I don't think I did. I said I want Rusev to win. I have a terrible feeling it's going to be Ryback. I know with the bookies, Rusev is favourite, but I don't know. I just think I'm going to give it to Ryback. Anyway, this match, as I say, I don't really mind who wins. You know, I can see either way. I can see New Day taking the titles to WrestleMania. I can see one of these two teams winning it now, taking the titles to WrestleMania where New Day win it back. Part of me in my mind thinks that the company is going to give Dudley Boyz their 10th title at WrestleMania. Part of me thinks that's what they're doing, but I'm not so sure. This, you know, I don't think there's necessarily, as I said, I don't think there's a wrong decision they can make here. I've got a funny feeling the Usos are going to win. The Usos would be the easiest well, I suppose you could say a New Day would be the easiest option to regain, but Lucha Dragons would be a bit, not a risk, but it would be the one that would shock me the most. No, it wouldn't really shock me, but it would be the most surprising, because obviously they've never won the Tag Team Championship before. With Usos, you know they're going to be good champions. You know, even if they're booked shit, they'll still be okay champions. New Day, you know, they'll carry the championships very well. Lucha Dragons, I think everybody would think they would, but obviously with the company that they may be a little bit, I don't know. I can see it going all through. As my predictions, Usos. Kind of want New Day to regain, but to be honest with you, I don't really mind if they don't. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a great match. I can see it opening the show. So yeah, New Day. Kind of want them to regain, but I think it will be Usos. Not that I mind either way, and I don't mind if the Lucha Dragons win it either. Just to note, NXT London, I can do a review, and I'll pretty much get that review up straight away after the show, because it... Hang on, will I? It's Wednesday. No, I probably won't. I'll probably have to wait until the morning. Ignore me, but I will do a review for that show. Anyway, let's review the next match. What match should we do next? Let's do the ECW Originals, as they're being called. Featuring Dudley Boyz, Dreamer, and Rhino versus the Wyatt family. Now, I think it's safe to say we all want the same team to win. The Wyatt family have to win. They can't not win. If they lose, then I don't want to say I'll stop watching WWE, but I will completely and utterly lose my rag. This is a match, though, that it's probably the match I'm most looking forward to, because you know, a lot of people are saying they're not going to get the freedom. They're not going to be allowed to do what's going to make this match awesome. But the 8-man elimination element, the tables element, the fact we've got Tommy Dreamer, Rhino, the Dudley Boyz, the Wyatt family, crazy people in it that are going to do some crazy things. I think they'll be given freedom. Okay, so I don't think you're going to get blood. You know, I think there'll be doctors there to wipe blood away as soon as we see it. But I do think we'll get an extreme match. We need to. We should do. I think we will. And I think it will be match of the night. If I had to put my money on one match, it would be this. I think the ladders match for Tag Team Championship match will come close. I think Owens and Ambrose, if given time, will come very close. But I think this will be the match of the night. The way I think it should be booked. I think Tommy Dreamer will probably go first. I think he should go first. Then I think it should be Eric Rowan who goes. Then I think, it's difficult really, because what's going to be interesting with this match is how they decide to book Strowman. I think a lot of people are talking about that. You have to agree. How are they going to book this guy? Because at the moment he hasn't lost in WWE. So are they going to do something where they get all 4 members to eliminate him? Are they going to do it where he just gets eliminated normally? Is he going to be the lone survivor? I don't think that would be the right thing to do, because I think the person who needs to survive last is Bray Wyatt. What I'd love to see, and one way of you really making Bray Wyatt something really, really special in this match, and kind of half making up for the crappy, stupid booking that you've given him in the last couple of months. And even if you do, to be honest with you, I still think he'll probably lose at WrestleMania against whoever he faces, and it'll be pointless anyway. But is to have the 4 Extreme people, ECW originals, to eliminate Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, Braun Strowman. Eric Rowan, Luke Harper, Braun Strowman in that order. Take a lot to eliminate Braun Strowman. Take, quite a lot to Luke Harper, because Luke Harper is a really, really good talent. He is, out of the 3, other than Bray, out of the Wyatt family, other than Bray Wyatt, he is the one that I think has the most potential to be something really special. So then you have 4-on-1. ECW originals versus the Wyatt family. You look at that and you say to yourself, the Wyatt family cannot win. Bray Wyatt cannot win. What you can, I suppose, is it realistic though now what I'm about to say? I suppose it's not. Somehow have him win. I mean, because it's not a tag match. It's more of a... Yeah, it's not a tag match. That's the problem. If it was a tag match and then he comes from forward 1 down, I suppose it's more realistic. Maybe do it another way. Keep Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt there against the 4. No one's been eliminated yet. Everybody's starting to turn on the match. They're saying to themselves, why has Luke Harper and Eric Rowan been eliminated before everybody else? And then you eliminate Rhino, then you eliminate Tommy Dreamer, then Devon, then it's Bubba. Somehow you get Braun Strowman out the match, and it's Bubba versus Bray Wyatt. I don't know. To be honest with you, I'm just rolling off a load of shit, and none of it's making sense. That way. I'm trying to book it so it would look great for Bray Wyatt. It's an easy way to book this match and make people look strong. The thing is, they won't do it. My way was trying to make Bray Wyatt look strong, but you can make both teams look strong. You can have Rhino, Tommy Dreamer go out, go extreme, go for it, Devon as well. Really have a good start. Tommy Dreamer then gets eliminated, Then Eric Rowan goes after, again, quite a long sort of a fight. Then Rhino goes. Braun Strowman eliminates Rhino. Then Devon goes. Then Luke Harper goes. And then again, you have to... you can make them look strong, but Wyatt family have to win. As I said, I don't have a clue what the hell I was trying to talk about. I was talking out loud, basically, and it didn't make sense. But yeah, that match, I think it could be a great match if they're getting their power. It's going to be extreme, and I cannot wait. So yeah, that's Devon. That's Devon. That's the Dudley Boys, ECW original, versus Kevin Owens. Kevin fucking Owens versus Bray Wyatt, because I was looking at Kevin Owens versus Dean Ambrose. And in fact, we'll talk. No, we won't. We'll talk about the United States Championship match first. Alberto Del Rio versus Jack Swagger. Now, I'm glad that they dropped the whole Mex American thing. I'm glad that they dropped Zeb Coulter from Alberto Del Rio. So much better on his own. I know he's in the League of Nations, but you know what I mean. When he doesn't have a manager, he doesn't really need a manager. The way he's booked since coming back, other than the first night, has been awful. It's been such a shame, because Alberto Del Rio is an unbelievable talent, can produce some unbelievable matches. In Lucha Underground, he was fantastic as Alberto El Patron. This monster, this extreme monster who, I mean, I just think he's great. Alberto Del Rio versus Jack Swagger. Wow. I mean, it's just a shame. From John Cena's Open Challenge, we have Jack Swagger as a challenger. All that time we spent building up the US title to this, Jack Swagger. No offence to Jack Swagger, but I don't care about him anymore. He's had his chance. He's had his go. He's been booked crap. I don't care about his character. He can look at me with an angry face all he wants, but and that's... but I just don't care about him. Alberto Del Rio's got to regain. You can't give the title to fucking Jack Swagger. He hasn't been on television for 5 months. He comes back on television. You know, when he was on television, he was jobbing to Rusev and getting squashed. He comes back on television and all of a sudden he's up to the United States Championship level, and we should take him as a realistic candidate for the US title that's been built up by John Cena over the year. I think John Cena will be watching TLC thinking to myself, oh my god, what the fuck have I done? I thought I built this up, and now look what they've done to it. And you wouldn't blame Cena for looking at it. It's no offence to Jack Swagger. He's a good talent. They'll probably create a good match. To be honest with you, I hate chairs matches. I've never liked chairs matches. I can't think of one good chair match. Can somebody name me a good chairs match, please? Because I'll go watch it. I'll find it on the network. Or perhaps it's an independent wrestling one for another promotion. Tell me a chairs match that's good if you can remember one. I'm more than happy to go watch that. Because to be honest with you, I don't know what a good chairs match looks like. All I can think of. Maybe it's because last year's one was so fucking bad. There was even the John Cena Wade Barrett one I can remember when Wade Barrett was, I can't remember what he's under, but he was under something that was protecting him. It was like a massive wood bit. You know, it was like a 3-4 inch proper thick bloody wood, and Cena just like cut this thing and all these chairs fell on top of this wood, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, this wood is so thick, Wade Barrett is underneath it. How the hell are you expecting me to believe that is hurting Wade Barrett, you bloody twats? That was a shit chairs match as well. I can't honestly think of a good chairs match. Please, if you got one, leave it down in the comment section below. I think it's so limited, and it gets to the point in a chairs match where you focus so much on using the chairs. But I mean, there's only so many things you can do with a chair. At a table, I think there's always that, oh my god, going for a table. It's still a shot with tables bloody everywhere. But you know, with a chair, what can you actually do with it apart from hit them? Once you've hit them 10 times with a chair, it kind of gets to the point where you're like, all right, yeah, that probably hurts, but yeah, can you do something else? Oh no, wait, you can't. Ladder matches again. I mean, they're all kind of losing their excitement because we're seeing them a little bit too much. But the chairs match, out of all the 4 stipulations, this is the one I really couldn't give a shit about. It really is bad. Anyway, that's beside the point. It's a bad stipulation. It's a match that I don't care about. It's a match that's not going to be good. And it's going to be a match that probably lasts 5 minutes. Although I could see, and this is how I think they should book it if John Cena's ready to come back. And this is, yeah, I think they should have Alberto Del Rio win. You know, don't squash Swagger, because at the moment with the roster so depleted, you kind of need people there that can kind of do an okay job in the mid-card, if we even still class in Jack Swagger as a mid-card, which I suppose we have to because you're going for the United States Championship, but that's irrelevant. Yeah, kind of don't squash him, but don't make it go on for 20 minutes, because I will fall asleep. It'll be like 2 o'clock in the morning. I can't stay awake in a chairs match with Jack Swagger in it for 20 fucking minutes. So just have it done, you know, not really quick, like 2 minutes of pit and moan, but, you know, I don't know, have it go 8 minutes, then have a bit of an aftermatch thing. I don't know, make the entrances 5 minutes so I can go for a piss, and then just have the match at 6 minutes so it seems longer than it is. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Just don't make the match too short, don't make it too long. And then after the match, have Alberto Del Rio put Jack Swagger in the crossarm breaker, and then we hear, my time, you know, and then we hear John Cena. John Cena comes out, gets Alberto Del Rio, gets him off Jack Swagger, AA's Alberto Del Rio, and says, I'm coming for my motherfucking title, you bitch. And then we get that feud. That's what I'd want. Obviously, I'm not sure whether Vince would allow the obscene language from John Cena, but you know, you never know. It could happen, but that's what I want to happen. If they want him back, it would get a decent part. I mean, I honestly think when Cena comes back, I'm going to be a John Cena fan. I think I'm going to join the Cena Nation, because he honestly is, without him, it's just been shit. It really has been. And I'm going to be a Cena fan in regards to, I'm going to look forward to his matches, but I think so long as he doesn't always win and he doesn't always have to overcome the odds, I'm fine with John Cena. It's when he is being what Roman Reigns is now, which I fucking can't stand. But yeah, you know, and if he's at WrestleMania taking on, I don't know, I'm trying to think of something. Say, I don't know, and not that it will happen, but say he was facing Neville at WrestleMania, I'd want Neville to win, of course, but, you know, I'd appreciate John Cena being in the match. If he was facing, I don't know, I'm trying to think of someone. Yeah, I don't know. I think you might get what I mean. But anyway, that's what I want to happen. Who do I think will win? Alberto Del Rio. Who do I want to win? Alberto Del Rio, obviously. Right, let's move on. Let's go. Yeah, let's go Divas Championship. Why not? We've got Charlotte heel versus Paige heel. Oh my god, what the fuck? Yeah. It's weird to kind of get your head around. Now, both of these, I think, are better heels than they are faces, but I've had this conversation before. We're not going to have a conversation again. I do think that is the case for most people in WWE. Most people really, as superstars, are better heels than they are faces. Kind of. Can we just talk about Charlotte and her promo skills? They are the worst. I've heard a lot of people compare her to Roman Reigns when it comes to promos. I think she's worse than Roman Reigns. She does this really... I don't know, I can't describe it, but when she says something, she's just kind of... I will beat you, Paige. And she's just kind of... It's just the way she says her sentences. I just cringe. I'm like, Charlotte, shut the fuck up. You're so shit. She's a great wrestler, but she's got to be a heel, and she can't. Don't let her talk for long. And I just wish she dropped the whole Ric Flair thing. I want her to go on her own. Charlotte, forget the Flair. You're Charlotte. You're good enough as an individual. Stop holding on to your bloody father. Please. Whether it's the company, whether it's her, I don't know, but this will end in some screwy finish. It's bound to. Hopefully Paige wins, because I don't want the title on Charlotte anymore. I just don't think. Until she's a full-fledged heel, I just don't. I suppose she kind of is. I don't really get it at the moment. What the fuck is happening with the Divas division? In my opinion, it should be Paige wins it, and then we get Sasha Banks involved. Just get her involved. But although the Divas Revolution still is shit, to be honest with you, NXT is fantastic, but we're starting to see a little bit more. They're given time, at least. They're producing okay matches. They produce really good matches if the story was there. The story's not there. You know, we've got no real face-heel dynamics. I mean, it's a little bit stupid, isn't it? All the groups have got to break up. A match I really want to see is Sasha Banks and Naomi. I don't know whether I'm the only one that wants to see that, but I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that. I'd love to. I think Fatal 4-Way at WrestleMania, that could be the way to go. Charlotte versus Paige versus Sasha Banks versus Becky Lynch. Because Sasha Banks has got to get herself into this title match, isn't she? A title Divas Championship feud, which should be the Women's Championship, but that's a topic for another day. Soon, isn't she? I mean, I don't know whether they're holding off for WrestleMania. I don't know if they're holding off for Charlotte, Sasha Banks at WrestleMania. They might be. But I'm thinking Sasha Banks is a natural heel. Charlotte is a natural heel. Paige is a natural heel. Becky Lynch is a face, but you've booked her so shit that no one really gives a crap about her. You know, in all reality, and the only reason people do give a crap about it is because they've seen her on NXT. If she hasn't, they wouldn't. Why would they care? You know, you can't really argue it. Natalia, she's a face, okay, but again, I don't know where she's gone. She's fucking vanished again. She literally has vanished. Brie Bella, Brie Bella is so shit. She's had the Ryback of the Divas division. Nikki Bella, Nikki Bella's not too bad, but again, I think she's a natural heel. You've got no faces apart from Bayley, who's on NXT. Do you want to bring her up? No, because to be honest with you, No, don't bring her up. Yet. Because I think she's got the Divas Championship. I think it's right. She deserves to be able to carry that division for a few months. Which she's doing at the moment. She deserves to have her time in there. She's always been B+, not B+, but she's always been the person who's been behind Sasha Banks and Charlotte, but now she's got the chance, and Becky Lynch, but now she's got the chance to be the main centre of attention. She deserves that time. So just because you can't have a face and you don't know how to bloody have it's just fucking ridiculous. Naomi, she's an okay face, but to be honest with you, I like her as a heel more. Tamina, she loves to take a bump, doesn't she? I mean, that's the thing with Tamina. Always willing to put her body on the line. I mean, Tamina's shit. She's so bad. Her and Brie Bella, it's difficult. I don't know who's worse. Alicia Fox could come into the equation there, to be honest with you. You know, I tell you the thing I hate the most, and the thing it makes me laugh, but I do get fucked off by it, is when Brie Bella goes, Brie me! I mean, it's just fucking ridiculous, isn't it? Oh, God, anybody that stands there is like, yes, go Brie Bella, when she says that, and everyone gets pumped by that. I question you in general. You really need to take a look at yourself in the mirror and just say to yourself, why are you doing that? Anyway. Who's going to win? Probably Charlotte. I hope it's Paige, though. I just don't understand. If they want us to believe Paige is a face, then what? How am I meant to believe that after what she said the other week on Raw, you stupid fucking idiots? Holy shit. Heel versus heel. I'm not someone who hates heel versus heel, but it doesn't really make a lot of sense, does it? Let's be totally honest. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Yeah, let's just move on. Please, can we just move on to something where I don't have to moan? Is that possible? Have we got a match that I'd have to moan about? Oh no, we fucking haven't. Kevin Owens versus Dean Ambrose. This should be the greatest match. This should be a match that I'm pumped for. But because, I mean, what did they do on Raw? Why? Why did they have Dean Ambrose come out and do the most pathetic thing in the world? Chuck popcorn and a drink over it. Get a fucking grip! These two should be brawling. These two should be fighting. These two should not be able to keep their hands off each other. They should have to come out with security guards, with security members to stop them from attacking each other because they hate each other that much. Because Dean Ambrose is a complete and utter lunatic. Kevin Owens obviously is going to hate Dean Ambrose. Why would he like him? He hates everybody who why would he like Dean Ambrose? You know, put yourself in Kevin Owens. Why would you like Dean Ambrose? You just wouldn't. Dean Ambrose wants the Intercontinental Championship. You know, he wants it so badly. Kevin Owens, you know, isn't giving him a title match. Keeps going after him, does Ambrose. He's chasing it. They get this title match. I love the contract signing segment. I thought that was really, really good. You give these two time to cut fucking promos. They're two of the best promo workers on the fucking roster, but they never ever get a chance to show it. They never get time to go out and cut a promo. Instead, they give it to Roman Reigns and fucking Sheamus, who can't cut a promo. Sheamus hasn't been too bad, to be fair, but cannot, and Charlotte, but Charlotte's been terrible, who cannot cut a promo. Let these two go out and talk for 10 minutes. They will produce great segments, moments, lines. But instead you have him chuck popcorn at him. Where is that logical? Who sat there and said, you know what, this is a great idea. You know what, I'd rather Vince McMahon does his usual play and just stuck Hornswoggle there. So Dean Ambrose come up with Hornswoggle and just chucked Hornswoggle at him. Because then at least we wouldn't have to see Hornswoggle for another 10 years. And maybe then he'd retire so he doesn't get thrown in to everything that's fucking stupid. But the stupid company. Whew, that felt good. I feel good after that. Anyway, this feud should be the best thing on WWE programming. The two people there are great. Kevin Owens, fantastic on the mic. Dean Ambrose, fantastic on the mic. Dean Ambrose, he's got a character that I remotely care about, which is rare in WWE at the moment because there's not many that I do. Kevin Owens, I just fucking love him. Both of them great talents. Both of them, if given time, will create a good match. But there's no fucking story to it. If there was a story, if they were given time, do they need an extreme element? Not yet. Not for the first... Well, it's kind of the second match in the feud. Maybe the third match in the feud, give them a street fight. They tear the fucking house down. But technically, they're good enough technical wrestlers if Dean Ambrose wrestles a technical style to make this match really, really, really good. They need 15 minutes, this match. You know, 10... I don't want it to be an 8-minute match. It needs to go 15, you know, world title level length type thing. And it could be a really good match. For me, Kevin Owens needs to regain, although I wouldn't cry if Dean Ambrose won. I'm just a Kevin Owens fan. I kind of want to see him regain. I think for the feud to continue, he could regain. It doesn't even necessarily have to be a controversial fashion. It could just be that Ambrose, we know he's this lunatic. Why don't they play on that a little bit more? He's so crazy. He tries this, he tries that, and he just makes a mistake because he just gets a little bit too crazy, and he makes a fatal error which costs him. The veteran that is Kevin Owens, I know he's not been in WWE for long, but in the wrestling business he has been, you know, makes him pay for that mistake. Ambrose gets more annoyed. They keep fighting, they keep brawling on Raw. We then get a street fight at the Royal Rumble. Both of them go into the Royal Rumble, but we get a street fight in Royal Rumble. That feud can continue. Whatever, I don't know, but you know, that's for me what should happen. You know, this story, in a way, kind of sells itself. If you know, I think you don't even need, they could build a story around it, but this whole popcorn, I mean, it's pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. It will be a good match. I can't wait for it. Harry has been on here before. he's a massive Dean Ambrose fan. I'm a massive Kevin Owens fan. So it's kind of me versus him. I mean, well, the thing with it is, though, is we both really appreciate the other's favourite, if you get on it. It's not like where I'm a Kevin Owens fan and he's a Dean Ambrose fan and I hate Dean Ambrose and he hates Kevin Owens. It's not like that. I like Dean Ambrose. He likes Kevin Owens. Well, I think, to be honest with you, I love Dean Ambrose. He loves Kevin Owens, but we just like our one a little bit more. So that's what I think makes this feud a little bit more special for us individually, is because we both. It's both of our favourites, if you get what I mean, our individual favourites in a match against each other. That's always cool. The dream match that's been rumoured for Kevin Owens, Lesnar Owens, would love it. Me and Harry, I actually said, to be fair, we both said it when Kevin Owens debuted on the main roster. We said Owens, Lesnar, WrestleMania 32. We said it, and we said it won't happen, but that's our dream. Everybody does their fantasy cards, don't they? Where you do some of the matches that you just never expect to happen, but you just book them anyway, because, why not? It's a fantasy, it's your dream. That's what we did. We both had this match on our list. We knew it was never going to happen, but it is kind of looking likely. I still don't think it'll happen, but if this is what they're planning, if they want him to get Brock Lesnar, I don't really know whether they want him with the IC title or not. If he lost it to someone like Dean Ambrose, then it wouldn't hurt him, and he could then lose it, say at TLC to Dean Ambrose, go off, go really, really long in the Royal Rumble. I had this idea that I don't think it will necessarily work. But if you're gonna have Roman Reigns win the title, have him win the title at Royal Rumble, have Dean Ambrose win the Royal Rumble, have Brock Lesnar and Kevin Owens, and I can't remember who I said. Bray Wyatt, that was it. Bray Wyatt, Brock Lesnar, Kevin Owens, Dean Ambrose, final four in the Royal Rumble. Everybody's going to be saying to themselves, right, they're going Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns number 2. But all their matches there, with the final four, all of them are realistic candidates to face Roman Reigns. We could see Bray Wyatt go against Roman Reigns in the grandest stage of them all. They've had a massive, big feud over the summer. It's going to come to a head. I know it kind of ended at Hell in the Cell, but it's going to reignite. It's going to come to a head at WrestleMania for the prize. The Wyatt family just won TLC against the ECW Originals. They've got a bit of momentum back on their side. Brock Lesnar, there's the rematch. There's a story there. Dean Ambrose, brother versus brother. Didn't really do it enough at Survivor Series. Really got potential with that feud. And then you've got Kevin Owens. There's been a little bit with Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens over time. That match again, there's story there. All four, you think to yourself, this would not be a bad WrestleMania main event. What do you have? You have Brock Lesnar eliminate Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is fucking pissed. Comes back into the Rumble match and gets, I don't know, a chair or something and eliminates Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar and Kevin Owens are absolutely fuming. They have a little brawl, I don't know. Brock Lesnar F5s Kevin Owens through the announce table. You set up that match for WrestleMania. You've then got Bray Wyatt and Dean Ambrose as your final two in the Royal Rumble. They go at it. Really, Bray Wyatt's looked great. He's eliminated loads of people in the Royal Rumble, so it's not going to hurt him when what happens. Dean Ambrose eliminates Bray Wyatt. They've had a little bit of a feud over the summer as well. So it's finally Dean Ambrose gets one up on the Wyatt family, eliminates Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt goes off. I'd love to see the Wyatt family versus Daniel Bryan if Daniel Bryan is cleared, and you have Bray Wyatt versus Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. I'd love to see that. Yeah, Dean Ambrose go to WrestleMania to face Roman Reigns for the title. Ultimately, I think the Triple Threat Shield Triple Threat will happen at SummerSlam. I think it would have happened at WrestleMania if it wouldn't have been for Seth Rollins getting injured. But you have Dean Ambrose versus Roman Reigns. You have Kevin Owens versus Brock Lesnar. And you have the Wyatt family versus Daniel Bryan or whatever. The way I booked that feud is something like Daniel Bryan makes it's all advertised. Daniel Bryan's going to return at Fastlane, blah, blah, blah. He's going to tell us his plans, blah, blah, blah. He's going to, give us an update, etc. He returns at Fastlane. Daniel Bryan's out there. He's talking to the crowd. He's sort of playing up on the fact it could be a retirement speech. They've hinted at that all through. Everybody's a little bit depressed. Everybody's a little bit sad. We're just off the back of Royal Rumble. WrestleMania's looking good. We've got John Cena, Undertaker that's happening as well. Could this be where if Daniel Bryan can get involved in WrestleMania, this could be absolutely awesome. You know, he's out there, he's talking. He then announces to us he's not retiring. Yeah, he's going to WrestleMania, blah, 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 blah. Bang. The Wyatt family music hits. Wyatt family attack, put a massacre on Daniel Bryan. They start that feud. I think that would be awesome. We've then got 4 really good matches. John Cena, Undertaker. I don't know how we just booked the start of that, but you could book it pretty much anyway. Kevin Owens versus Brock Lesnar. There's hate there. Brock Lesnar they both cost each other. Well, Brock Lesnar eliminated Kevin Owens and cost his chance of a championship, you know, a WrestleMania main event. Kevin Owens then came back in and cost Brock Lesnar the world title. The world title and Roman Reigns. There's animosity there. There's fuel. There's fire there. You've got Dean Ambrose versus Roman Reigns. Friend versus friend. Again, there's that story there. And then you've got yourself another great match. Daniel Bryan versus the Wyatt family. We had it before. We've got it again. Daniel Bryan is back. He's having a party. He's having a party. I sound like Jamie Vardy after you won't know who he is. But anyway, that's the point. You know, he's come back at Fastlane. It's a fantastic return. He's just announced that he is back. He's going to WrestleMania. Everybody's pumped. Wyatt family ruined Daniel Bryan's WrestleMania or his announcement he's coming back. 4 great matches there. 4 great main event matches for WrestleMania 32. And guess what? Other than John Cena, The Undertaker, you've all got matches there with young talent. You've not got to have a Triple H involved. There's no Triple H. There's no Rock. There's no Stone Cold Steve Austin. There's no Sting. We've got good matches there. I think that would be great. I think that would be really good. What the only problem with that is, though, is one of the two, either Kevin Owens or Dean Ambrose will have to hold the IC title. What I'd say if you were going down that route, which they won't, but let's just say they did, I'd have Kevin Owens hold the IC title, and possibly you wouldn't have Lesnar necessarily go for that WrestleMania. He wouldn't necessarily need to. But yeah, what do you think of that? What I just said. Do you think that's a good way of booking it? How would you book it? You know, is that a fantastic way? Do you think, oh my God, that would be absolutely awesome? Have that whole Brock Lesnar, Kevin Owens thing in the Rumble. Have them Final 4. Have Bray Wyatt, you know, Daniel Bryan at Fastlane. Bray Wyatt come and stop that. Dean Ambrose as Roman Reigns final. You know, what do you think to that? Anyway, that I've completely and utterly gone beyond the point. I said this would be a long video. It's 47 minutes. Could be a record preview here. I don't know what the longest one is. On my own, I think this is the longest one. Surprisingly enough, my voice has been pretty goddamn fine. I don't know where we got with the IC title. I think we discussed it pretty much in depth. But yeah, Kevin Owens for me to win because I'm still kind of, I don't know. I'm hoping Vince McMahon perhaps watched this video and listened. I don't know. I just really want. I don't know. I mean, I don't mind. If they were going down the route that I said, which they weren't, I don't think it really matters again. I don't think it matters particularly who wins. Again, another bit of an unpredictable match. I think Kevin Owens is the favourite with the bookies, but you never know. We've then got Reigns versus Sheamus. You know, it's tricky because this could be a good match. There's two. Sheamus is a stiff worker. Other than most people who watch this will know what I mean by that. Roman Reigns, I don't think he doesn't work particularly stiff, but he's a big guy. He's a powerhouse. He's willing to put. But it should be a good, hard-hitting match. But if what Raw's final segment is all about, because I don't care about them, and because I don't care about their feud, I don't think it's going to be anything that special. I really don't. And it's a shame that the World Heavyweight Championship is as bad as it is. Yeah, I mean, I can only see a screw job, and I can only see Sheamus winning. A League of Nations getting involved. Roman Reigns, another setback. And then we have him go up against Sheamus again at Royal Rumble, which means you have to sit for another 4 weeks of this goddamn feud. That's the only thing I can realistically see happening. I think the best thing to do would probably have Roman Reigns win. I do. People might think that's stupid, but then I'd have a Sheamus. I mean, you could just have a Sheamus rematch at Royal Rumble. Or you could do it on the Raw after. and him lose, I don't know. Maybe then Triple H turns on Sheamus and says, I picked you as the new Seth Rollins, you let me down, you're crap, pedigrees him. And then we've got another great match at WrestleMania, Sheamus versus Triple H. You then got 5 extraordinary matches at WrestleMania, I don't know. Again, I'm just thinking out loud. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what to think about this match because I don't care about it. That's the thing. I can't really come here and talk about it and preview it because I don't really care about it. Who do I want to win? Roman Reigns. Who would I think will win? Sheamus. I don't want to bet my house on it, but I'm pretty sure Sheamus will win. Pretty goddamn sure. Because I just don't see how... They're just hinted too much that it's going to be Sheamus. And it will be screwy. It won't be clean. They've got tables. They've got ladders. They've got chairs. I'm sure they'll make something interesting. It might be a challenge to stay awake to the match, to be honest with you. 3 o'clock in the morning. I live in the UK, obviously. It could be tricky. But yeah, TLC as a whole, I'm sure it'll be an okay pay-per-view. It's a shame how it's been booked. I've spoke about a lot in this video. I'll be back with my review after, obviously, TLC. I can't review a show before it's happened, you stupid prick. So yeah, what's your thoughts on TLC? Who do you think is going to win the matches? What did you think of my WrestleMania 32 booking plan? I might do a video on that. Yeah, I might do a video on that because I think that'd be quite fun. Yeah, I might do it. I'll probably do it after TLC. So yeah, what did you think of that? I hope you enjoyed the video. Apologies it's been so long. I'm sure you've got bored. You probably have to watch it in parts. The thing with this video, you know, the positive about a long video like this is it's not something you have to watch. You can have it in the background while you're doing something else, while you're looking at something else. You can just kind of listen to it in the background. I like it personally as a viewer, not listen to myself because I don't. Who likes listening to themselves? I mean, come on. But, you know, with someone else with a long video, I just like putting it on in the background while I'm doing something, while I'm reading some articles, while I'm editing, while I'm, not that I'm editing anymore, but you know what I mean, while you're doing something, and just listen to it in the background. I like them sort of long videos. Other people like short, quick previews, where people don't ramble on. But it's just me. I always ramble on. I'm rambling on now. To be honest with you, I don't know what I'm talking about. The vlogging channel, I don't know whether you guys know about that. Some of you will, some of you won't. I'm going to do some more videos on there very, very soon. As for my FIFA channel, I've kind of fell out of love with FIFA, which is a shame. Hopefully I'll get back into it. I don't know. But yeah, this channel I'm really enjoying doing. I love coming on here, talking to you guys, chatting about WWE. I mean, as shit as it is at the moment, it kind of, yeah, it's still fun to do this. What was I going to say? Royal Rumble preview and that, I'll definitely get Lyle, Harry, Alex on for the preview show. We'll definitely do that. I've always wanted to do a kind of weekly podcast thing. If you guys would be interested in that, where I get them on, I don't know, maybe get some of you guys on Skype or whatever, and we just chat. We just, you know, record for half an hour, 45 minutes, and just do a little podcast where we chat WWE, you know, etc., etc. I don't know. I've always wanted to do that. If any of you guys are interested in doing that, yeah, leave it down in the comments below. I'll be interested in watching that. Follow me on Twitter at MrFeverCam. All my social links will be in the description below. And other than that, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Jesus, 53 bloody minutes. I need the toilet. I don't know about anything else.